Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Play. This is my show where we take a look at new games, indie games, and all kinds of other stuff that's new on the market or interesting or might just be, you know, something that's been overlooked. So today we're taking a look at Perilous Tales, my latest in exploration of solo and cooperative games. As we live in the age of COVID-19 and some quarantining and self-isolation, I thought it'd be cool to go through my back catalog of either older or newer, like this, titles that you can play by yourself or cooperatively with your friends at home. Perilous Tales is a pulp adventure game by Mike Hutchinson, author of Gaslands, which is basically the X-Files. Going from the years 1890 to 1990, you basically face down a villain in some kind of a pulp adventure. So either fighting monsters in Antarctica, ghosts on a abandoned cruise ship, like whatever you want to take as your pulp trope, you can make it happen with these rules. It's ever expanding. The initial rule set is free online on plantsmashergames.com. I think that's the URL. Or just Plant Smasher Games. Just Google Plant Smasher Games. It'll be linked below. You can check it out there. And you can check out basically the core mechanics. He also published this in Wargames, not Illustrated, Wargames something? Wargames Magazine? I think it's Wargames Magazine, yes. In part, or in full, so you have that issue that you might have already seen this game. But this is sort of a work in progress in development. He's adding new locations and new villains and all kinds of cool stuff based on the movies and ideas that he has. So he's always open to feedback. Go and talk to him about it. Give him an email, shoot a message on Facebook, and I'm sure he'd be excited to hear your thoughts. So what I'm going to be doing is I've formed basically my heroes group for my own little X-Files. We're going to have Agents Anderson and Duchovny basically going and having adventures and facing down bad guys. And so what I've done is I've already set the scene, the location, which is going to be the generic location for the game. So something's happening in a bad part of town and the agents have been sent to investigate. I don't know what my mission's going to be yet. I've created all the tokens and stuff required to play the game, of which you can get them in the PDF, you print them off. And I'll show you some simple ways to put them together. I just use serial packet and a 1-inch hole punch and some just glue stick to do it. And I've cannibalized some scenery from the Marvel Universe miniature game, from Atomic Mass Games, as well as some of my friends over at Black Site Studios and Death Ray Designs to make a quick and dirty bad part of town table. So we got the agents going to the bad part of town. There's rats, homeless people are going missing. There's strange noises at night, and they basically track down whatever they think the epicenter of this is. And they're going to go investigate. And we'll see what their actual mission is. We roll up and see what that's going to be. So I'll show you the table. I'm going to give you a basic overview of the rules, and we'll get this game underway. All right, so here I'm set with pretty much everything I could possibly need to play my first game of Perilous Tales. So, Perilous Tales, it's a PDF right now. I printed off all the core rules. I assembled a 24 by 24 inch board with some appropriate terrain for just a random bad part of town table. We got a convenience store, looks like it's quasi-abandoned. Some train tracks going by, because of course some train tracks going by. Some abandoned cars. Little way station for the train yard. Dumpsters, street lamps, all that stuff. I assembled some models. You need 5 models for your heroes, 5 models for your villains. For heroes, I elected to build myself basically my lifelong dream of like an X-Files, like Agent Duchovny and Agent Anderson, and some sort of SWAT or like I guess like federal agents to go with them. And what you do is you assign everyone a generic skill that makes them sort of cool under fire or better at investigating or whatever you want the skill to be. I'll get to that when I get to team building. And you need 5 villain models, appropriate for whatever your villain is. So I picked a villain because there's a gajillion of them. And I picked the Demonic Butcher. So you need a big demon model, 2 rat swarms, and 2 urchins, they're called, which is just like little monstery, decrepit whatever. So I think this is what's been happening to the homeless people. And we've come to investigate the bad part of town. Then you're going to need some D10s. You need them at least a bunch of like similar colors and at least 2 that are in different colors. So these are my skill dice, which is you roll a number of these equal to the skill of the person you're doing. These will be my difficulty dice. Normally you roll 1, it'll be this easy to see white one right here. But if you have advantage or disadvantage, you're going to roll multiples, and that's the skill test mechanic. So let's say, for instance, I was trying to do an action where I have a skill of 3. And I'm attacking, and I'm going to attack, I don't know, let's say this guy right here. So what I would do is I would roll my skill test. 10 would be my difficulty number, and every die in my skill pool that beats the 10 would be a success. Now, I basically instantly rolled a fumble here. If you roll 10 on the difficulty dice, you get unlucky. It's called misfortune, and no matter what your dice rolls in your skill pool, it just fails. So that was a good example of a first roll. Let's try that again. Let's say I'm going to shoot Rat Swarm. Oh my god, stop that. This difficulty die is cursed. I roll 2 on my difficulty die. I rolled 2 10s, a 7, and an 8 on my skill pool dice, so all of these be equal to or exceed the difficulty die, and that means we hit. Now, some things will have a fixed difficulty, so like, for instance, minions are always at least 4 difficulty to hit, so even though I roll that 2, if I roll better, I use this value. If I roll, like, worse than it, I'd use the base of 4. So in this case, I rolled a 6 for my difficulty, only the 8 equals or beats it. Sorry, actually, there's 2 here. The 6 also equals and beats it, which means I've got 2 successes on the target there. Now, normally what that means is it's just straight damage, so, like, I would do 2 wounds to the target that I was shooting at. There's also Henchman and the Villain himself. The Villain himself, I think, is always difficulty 6 to hit. Now, you can have a pretty high skill. You have a hero and you have 4 Henchmen when you're playing single player, and that'll change again when I go through the team building rules based on how many players are playing. So if you play it cooperatively, you get multiple heroes and multiple Henchmen groups. But that's sort of the core mechanic, is the skill test. So if I was doing it at disadvantage, for instance, I would roll 2 dice for the difficulty number, and I'd drop the low one. If I was rolling at advantage, I'd drop the high one. So in this case, if I was at a disadvantage, it would be difficulty 7. If it was at advantage, it would be difficulty 4. So then I roll my skill pool dice, and let's say I was at advantage, I'd get 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. If I was at disadvantage, though, all these would go away, and I'd only get 2 hits. You want to print the tokens, so the back sheet of the rules is tokens. These are double-sided to represent the various encounters that you have, and there's different diagrams for setting up. There's 3 different setups for your encounter markers for diagrams. What I did was I basically glued all the sheet to some cereal packet, used my 1-inch hole punch to, like, after it's glued down, cut them into strips and then clip them out, and then glued them two-sided, basically. You're also going to have dynamite markers, which are also like interact markers, and then I think these are lever markers that are also cameras, evil idols, and a radio marker. It's call for help, evil idols to, destroy the evil idol, cameras take pictures, and you have to get off the table with a picture. And then you also have to blow something up, placing dynamite, or fix something. Finally, you're going to want to have a threat marker. I'm using this 3D printed D12. Don't ask me where I got it. I don't know. My buddy Mike made it for me. It's just, there's got to be a 3D design for a D12 out there somewhere you guys can find. Some handy wound markers, tracking wounds, people's damage. Some measuring stuff, so you need at least a 4-inch ruler for most moves, but I'm using my GMG gauge here, and then just a ruler for measuring out distances for placing tokens and stuff. And that should be it. So with the rules, some terrain, and then, most of this I printed, and then just D10s, and I thought this would be a cool 3D marker to have if I need to get some technology back or something. You're ready to rock and roll? Basic skill check, attacking. If you attack someone, they have to be in line of sight. Line of sight means you can draw a line from one base to the target's base. If it's obstructed, they're in cover. Cover means you have disadvantage when you shoot at somebody. Engaged means in melee range with each other, and that means typically 1 inch. Supported means if there's any other heroic models engaging a target and one or more of those models aren't engaged by somebody else, like for instance, if these rats were fighting Agent Duchovny and let's call him Alpha, then I'd have advantage for the attack because it's outnumbered. Now likewise, if I was attacking that rat swarm, but I was also engaged by this urchin, I'd be at disadvantage. Numbered. Then you have knockdown. If model suffers knockdown, you have to spend 2 of your actions to stand up. Other people can take the help up action if they're within an inch of you, though, to get you back on your feet, basically. So you can be knocked down by certain effects. Pushing back, if a model suffers pushback, it's immediately pushed directly away from the attacking model, or a marker, the distance indicated. If it's pushed back into blocking terrain, it just stops the push. There's a horror check. If a hero model dies, the horror of the situation can cause people to run away. So every heroic model within 8 inches line of sight has to make a skill check, or immediately run away 6 inches from the closest villainous model. Basic skill checks, you just roll your skill dice versus a difficulty die. Now, in some cases, like effects can make it so terrifying that you might have advantage, or skills can make it so that you're brave and you beat disadvantage, and skills might make it so you have advantage. But let's say in this case, I rolled a 1 for the difficulty. That means that all of these succeed, and I didn't run away from watching somebody get pasted. Game turn. There's 2 phases. Hero's turn, so you incrementally move the turn number, and then you take your heroic action. So the turn marker can be important for things outside the threat, like if you have to defuse a bomb at a certain amount of time or get off the table by a certain amount of time. And the villain's turn, any ambushes take place, and that means models, if you don't have models on the table, people will show up and attack. You roll for the threat roll, so the threat starts at 0 and can increase over the course of the game, and things happen every time the threat goes up. And then finally all the villains activate. Your heroic model has a certain number of actions. In my group, for instance, Agent Duchovny is going to have 3 actions. And then everybody, actually, Agent Jillian's going to have 3 actions. Everybody else is going to have 2 actions. Because who are we kidding? Gillian Anderson was the actual hero of that show. You need to spend them on whatever the bracketed amount is to do the following actions. So you can walk, make a hand-to-hand attack. You have to have a 1-inch range. Minimum difficulty is always 4 against minions and 6 against villains. There is no specific one for henchmen. I'm going to say it's 5. And then shooting attacks, you get +1 skill with a range 10 inches. So anyone shooting, it's just a generic action, right? So you don't have to worry about what your models are armed with. You can take skills to represent if they have cooler, different weapons and stuff. But it's a 10-inch range, plus 1 of your skill dice. You get extra skill dice because it's obviously easier to shoot someone probably than to melee them. And then a minimum difficulty of 5. So it's minimum 4 against certain people, minimum 5 against everybody for guns, because guns are a bit easier to shoot with. And then you have your escape from combat. It's 1 action, difficulty 5. You have to walk away 4, but you have to make a success. It says equals or greater than the enemy models engaged in this model. Walk away 4. So if you're surrounded by more people, it's more difficult. You have to get more successes to get away. And then situational 1, stand up for 2, interact with something within 1 inch for 1, but you can't have heroes or villains within 2. Help someone up for 1, photograph, 10-inch range, minimum difficulty of 7, so you have to get evidence, basically. I like that one. Call someone over, hero only, so only your main character can do this, but it's a range of 8. You can have somebody else do a 4-inch move, and then pass an object for 1, range 1 inch. Can't be attempted if there's models within 2. You can hand off a target or, some evidence or something. And then throw a rock. Move a single villainous model within 12 and not within 1 inch of a heroic model up to 6 inches in any direction. Basically, you make noise. You distract the bad guys, make them go somewhere. Cover you for 1 if any villainous model ambushes within line of sight of this model during this step. This model may make an immediate attack action before step 2 of the ambush. So basically, you get to shoot somebody when they're coming after you. And then the binoculars for 1 peek at a single threat marker in line of sight, so we only be taking with models the binoculars upgrade. So if you have that upgrade, you can look at the markers and see what they are. 2 for first aid. If you have the medicine upgrade, then you can heal somebody for 2 wounds for a +1 skill. Dynamite attack, range 1 inch plus 7 skill. After attacking, move 4 inches. May only be taken with a model with demolition expert. 2 actions, but you basically get a run include or a move included in it because you're gonna run up and huck some dynamite. And then leaving the board. If you walk off the board, you count as being alive at the end of the game. And the villain's turn. So first is a threat check. You always roll the difficulty die, but you roll a number of skill dice equal to the current threat level. So as the threat level goes up, it gets worse and worse, basically. And there is a 0 success one. So the 0 success one is the threat goes up by 1. So the threatening overture, basically the first turn, all you're rolling is difficulty die. And hey, look, it rolled more than 0. So you get to go up to threat level 1. And then every time you hit a threat level, things happen. So threatening overture plus 1 of the current threat level, and then 1 to 2 crawling chaos. All heroic models take horror checks, then apply the overture. So basically, you always apply all of the ones in effect. So basically, people get scared every turn. 3 to 4 is from the shadows. Place a new minion model within 1 inch of the heroic model with the fewest number of heroic models within 3, and then randomize if there's multiple. So basically, somebody gets ambushed. Plus 1 to the threat level, and then apply the crawling chaos result. And so it's going to be plus 2 overall to threat level because it starts to get higher. The Noose Titans. Move each unrevealed threat marker 3 inches towards the heroic model nearest to it and resolve any ambushes. Plus 1 threat level, then apply from the shadows. It's just going to crank up threat level basically. And then the 7 plus is the trap is sprung. Reveal the 2 threat markers furthest from any heroic model. Select the 2 villainous models further from any heroic model. For each selected model, if it's an aggressor, place it within 1 inch of their priority target. If they're a pack hunter, place it within 1 inch of the priority target with a villainous model next to 1. And then plus 1 threat, and then apply the Noose Titans, and it just keeps going down and down and down. You can ignore the ambush during the threat check phase. Simply reveal villainous models and resolve their actions during the villainous action phase. You need to place a minion, randomly determine 1 from the villains list, ignoring any unique minions already in play. So if you've got a henchman, basically, they're considered unique. Like if there's a Dracula's, Renly, or a mad scientist's creation or whatever, they might be a unique henchman, and so they don't actually, multiples of them can't show up. To do with minions and uniqueness. Activation. So controlling the villains. During the villain's turn, players take it in turn to resolve things. The player on the left of the last part activate makes threat check. So basically, if I'm doing single player, it's just always going to be me. But if there's more than one, then you take in turns activating villainous models. And each villainous model will have a single villainous behavior. So they're aggressors, lurkers, or pack hunters. That's going to determine what they do. Then you determine your current victim, which is the heroic model they'll target during their activation. So first, it's closest one within line of sight. If it's heroic model with the fewest remaining wounds, regardless of line of sight, then it's heroic model further away from any other heroic models because they go after the weakest or the most alone. And then finally, it's the leader. They're alive. Aggressive, they move 3 inches towards the priority target. If this move, model can draw a line of sight to any heroic model, move it 3 inches towards the priority target. And then 3 of this model can draw a line of sight to a heroic model, and this model is within range to attack and must attack its priority target. So they only ever get 1 action, but they get to do those things basically in order. The total, they'll move 6 inches and then attack if they can, but it's a 24-inch board, so that's actually quite a lot of distance given every turn. A lurker, if there's no threat markers in place, model immediately becomes an aggressor. So lurkers basically stay lurkers until there's no other threat markers around. So they wait until all the threats have been revealed and they all come in as a group, basically. This model can draw a line of sight to a heroic model, and this model is within range to attack. They attack priority target. Then move this model 3 inches towards the nearest threat. If this model can draw a line of sight to any threat marker, move this model 3 inches towards the nearest threat. This model has not yet attacked during this activation and can draw a line of sight to a heroic model, and it's within range, then it must attack the priority target. So basically, what's going to happen is they're going to clump around all the threat markers, and then when all the threat markers are revealed, they're all going to attack as a group. So this model is within 6 inches of another villainous model. When it begins activation, use the aggressor AI. If not, use the lurker AI. So as soon as it groups up with another one, they turn into hunters. And then all of their villainous attack ranges are 1 inch, unless stated otherwise. And then finally, ambushing. When a villainous model is revealed, it will ambush the model that revealed the threat. This interrupts the hero's turn and can cause the villains to immediately seize the initiative. If you're ambushed, follow these steps. Place the ambushing model within 1 inch of the revealer, as close as the threat marker is possible. Immediately end the hero's turn, begin the villain's turn, making the threat check as normal. And the next key component is going to be the threat markers. So Perilous Tales, you're going to put down all of your threat markers, which are the 1 inch little 30 mil markers, and you roll a d12 to see what it is. I'm just going to roll a d3. It's kind of irrelevant. And I roll 3. So it's going to be 5 to 8 here, which is aggressive. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's basically cross middle line every 6 inches, then 4 by 8 by 8 by 4, and then one right dead center in the middle. We'll mix these guys up and deploy them all. The threat markers are now all deployed. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And we're going to go and investigate. I have a 2 inch deployment line, which is across here. And you can see there's other radiant deployments, but I've got aggressive at this point. Things are bad here in the bad part of town. So I put down my models, and this is basically going to take us to episode setup. I'll talk about who is who and what is what. So for your party, you have wounds, action points, and skill. Skill is how many dice you're rolling to do a skill check. Action points, how many actions you can do per turn, obviously. And then wounds is how much damage you can hit before you die. Now, how many players are in the party? There's 1 here, so I get 1 hero and 4 teammates. If we're playing with a 2-person party, cooperatively, it'd be 2 heroes and then 4 teammates. So we basically each have 2 teammates. 3 players 1-1, and 4 players is just a hero each. So heroes have 12 wounds, 3 AP, and a skill of 4. Teammates have 8 wounds, 2 AP, and a skill of 2. And so with my episode setup, I get to pick an upgrade for everybody in the group, and I picked some thematic ones basically. So for Agent Akavi, he's gonna be a tough guy. He'll ignore the first wound from each attack because he got beat up a lot. But he's just a teammate. He's not a super tough person. The medic, of course, will be my hero, which is Agent Anderson. She has a ability to basically use the medicine action to heal people. And then the shotgun dude, I'm gonna use the brute skill, +2 skill in hand-to-hand combat. So basically, instead of being skill 2, he'll be skill 4. And that's cool because that represents a shotgun, right? You think about that, he's up close and personal, going to be really dangerous, and then shooting further away a little bit less. For my other 2, so this is going to be Gamma. For Alpha and Beta over here, my 2 just like teammates. I'm going to pick some just useful things. I think the first one for Alpha will take Hair Trigger. This model can always make an immediate attack action if any villainous model ambushes within their line of sight. And then for the other one, we'll take Binoculars. Peek at a single threat marker in line of sight. So for 1 action. So Binoculars, and he's going to have Hair Trigger. Team building is super basic, but there's a note that obviously there's way more stuff coming in the future for different types of models. And then for villains, they'll have a wound and a skill. So for this, we're going to be rolling normally on a table to see what our villain is, but we have the Demonic Butcher, we have 2 rat swarms, and 2 urchins. Over their rules in a minute when we get there. So then we have our location. We're using the generic location. There are piles of locations you could choose from, and Mike is working on more. As we go forward, he's using a D100 table for these, so there's gonna be lots and lots and lots. Underwater cities, old churchyards, bananas amounts of things, and more villains he wants to add as well. But we're gonna use the generic location, which is his catch-all for if you don't have terrain, you know what I mean, for a specific location, you just want to try the game out, start with this one. And what the location does is means that your threat markers that are numbered, I think 7, 8, and 6, 7, and 8, will all trigger an event instead of triggering a monster. So for the basic location, 6, 7, and 8 are 1,000 cuts, unsteady underfoot, and disaster strike. So 1,000 cuts is basically an attack. When revealed, the revealer suffers a skill 3 attack, remains in play. If a heroic model activates within 6 inches of the threat, they suffer a skill 3 attack. So basically it turns into a little turret. Unsteady underfoot remains in play. When revealed, the revealer must pass a skill check or immediately become knocked down. So basically like the ground starts shaking. It's the end of Ghostbusters where everything starts like lifting up. When a heroic model ends a move action within 6, they have to pass a skill check or get knocked down. So basically just keeps trembling. And then number 8 is disaster strikes. When revealed, the revealer suffers a skill 3 or skill 7 attack, and if it does 1 or more wounds, it's also knocked down and then discarded after leaving. So it's like lightning comes out of the ground, giant geyser of fire, something just bad happens. There's an online episode generator, which is pretty cool. You can go to periloustales.com/generator and just click to get one made for you. But I like to do bespoke things, obviously, for Let's Play, because we can pick from my model collection. And then objectives, you can roll 3 times on the table at random, rerolling duplicates, or you can select an objective. I'm going to do the 3 rolls, because I just think that's cooler. So let's do 3 random rolls, see what we can pick from our objectives, because obviously the agents have been sent in to figure out what the hell's going on. So we've got 3, 4, 3, can reroll duplicates, so 3, 4, 10. So destroy the idol. Deploy a 30 mil idle marker or a suitably sized item of terrain within 8 inches to the center of the board. There's 6 at the center of the board on the villainous half of the table, and 3 for any other objective. If the heroes can cause 10 wounds to it or shooting it in close combat, it'll be destroyed, and the hero score 3 points. All of them are minimum difficulty 6. 4 is escape. Any heroic models that move into contact with the far table edge may escape at the end of the game. Score 1 point for each model that has escaped to a maximum of 3. And then end of the game conditions, the game ends around end of turn 8. And then 10 is call for rescue. Deploy a 30mm radio marker or suitable sized item of terrain anywhere in the villainous half of the table, and at least 3 inches from any objective marker. End of game condition. If a heroic model indicates interacts with the radio marker, the rescue's been called. Deploy 2 minions within 5 inches of any heroic model. The game lasts exactly 4 turns after this. For each member of your party alive at the end of the game, score a point to a maximum of 3. Sorry, it's D12. I'm an idiot. There's more options. You can find the precious or set explosives as well. So one from the ones we rolled, 3, 4, and 10. What sounds neat? I like the idea of destroying the idol. I think that's cool because obviously the demon came from something, right? Perfect. This case of evil papers, some type of Omicron, appears to have been left, in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that's going to give me a nice bespoke objective. We'll leave it here in the convenience store, making me go in there and try and blow it up to try and stop whatever this evil demon that's been unleashed in the bad part of town is. I have to do 5 wounds to it. 10 wounds to the idol by shooting or close combat, and it's at least difficulty 6 to hit. Our 24 by 24 inch playboard. Select 1 inch to be friendly, the other one to be the villainous board edge, which you've obviously done. Put down our tokens. And then terrain can either be open, difficult, obscuring, or blocking. So open is just the ground. Difficult could be like piles of junk. Obscuring means that you can see through it, but it's obviously a little bit, shot holes, so it's just be obscuring right here. And then blocking means you can't see through it at all, so like this building. Any obscuring terrain gives cover to model touching it. And that's basically it. It ends when one of 3 things becomes true. Either the villain dies, and there's no villainous models currently on the board, and endgame conditions met. So in this case, I blow up this little attaché case here, or destroy the Necronomicon, or my whole party dies. So getting my main objective here is going to give me 3 VPs. And then you get bonus VPs. If your hero's alive, you get 1. If I didn't lose a single teammate, I get 1. If the whole party's dead, though, I get -1. And then with my final total, I get to find out how I did. So the final rank, my performance, if I've scored 10 or more VPs, it's an A, a truly heroic performance. 8 to 9, it's a tale fit for telling. 6 to 7, it's adequate. I should give you a shilling for it. And then D, a near thing, not the party's best episode. And then F's a failure, 0 to 2. Let us never speak of this again. So basically there's 8 on the table if you just do the objective, and then everybody lives. You can choose more than one objective as well. So just in addition to destroying the idol, maybe I'll also put down escape. So any model that moves into contact with a far table edge may escape. So maybe I'll not just blow up the thing, I'll try and escape too, and that'll give me a maximum of 8, 11. What was the third one? Was call for rescue, deploy a 30mm radio marker, at least 3 for any objective. End of the game condition of model interacts with the radio marker, the rescue's been called. Deploy 2 minions within 5 inches of any heroic model, the game lasts 4 turns after that. I think we're just going to take the basics. So we're going to go for, this, and then we'll go for the escape the board edge. Just dial here to track my victory points at the end of the game. So we're ready for turn 1. So let's take a look at the demonic butcher. He's a villain with 12 wounds and a skill of 6. Ugh. He has a massive cleaver, or whatever you want to imagine his energy attack is. Rolls of both 11 and 12 counts critical hits and cause 2 hits instead of 1. I'm pretty sure that means 1 or 2 for... 9 or 10 counts critical hits. I think this game used a D12 at one point and switched to a D10. And so it's just the top 2 numbers are crits and counts 2 hits instead of 1. And then Bloody Butchery. If this model kills a heroic model, all resulting horror checks suffer disadvantage. So like I said earlier, when scary things happen, there can be effects to mitigate or to make it worse. 2 to 3 evil urchins. So pickpockets. Heroic models are within 3 inches of an evil urchin may not use any upgrades. They lose their upgrades. So basically shotgun doesn't work anymore. And then skulk. After attacking, place this model exactly 2 inches away from the target and not within 1 of a heroic model. So they run out, they dash out after they fight me. And then rat swarms, 4 to 5 of them. They're minions with 4 wounds and a skill of 4. From the sewer, if at least 1 rat swarm model is in play at the start of the villain's turn, select a random heroic model that's currently more than 3 inches away from any villainous model and place a rat swarm based contact. So the 1 token is the butcher, 2 to 3 is going to be evil urchins, and then 4 to 5 are rat swarms. It's handy to have an additional couple models nearby because they could spawn from actions and stuff. But other than that, we are ready to rock and roll. So let's see what the hero is going to do during turn 1. First turn, we increment the turn number, and then we take our heroic activations. Safest thing to do is activate my binoculars. So we got Beta here who's got double 2 actions basically because he's a teammate. And you can see this one right now. So he's just going to look at it and peek. It's number 3. So I know that's going to be one of the urchins. Can see this one over here as well. She's going to burn a second action and peek at it too. It's number 2, so it's the other urchin. So I know that the two little zombified homeless people are lurking around over here. It's handy. So we're going to go to Alpha now, and Alpha's going to make a move with his first skill. And he's just going to move up into cover. Move up over to here, because he does have the ability to shoot an activating ambushing model as soon as it comes within range. And I think that's where we're going to activate. Ooh, so as soon as I come within 6 of one of these things, my turn ends. And the bad guys get to go. So what I want to do is I want to activate Agent Duchovny and have him move up and activate this thing with his second move so I can blast it with this guy. But I think what I'm going to do instead, because we're done, is we're going to move up with my Brute, because he's going to go and try and blow up this idol. I know this is probably a rat swarm. I hope it's not the demon. Oh god, I hope it's not the demon. Or an event. So we're going to move 4 with our first skill with Gamma. And he's going to move 4 again. I'm going to count this door as being open when I move through it. Then Agent Anderson's going to basically do the same thing with her 3 actions. She's going to go 1, and then she's going to go 2 to move over here because she has to get into the room. And she's going to use the call over skill because she's the hero. She's going to go range 8, and the target makes a 4-inch move. So she's going to pull Agent Duchovny up. 4-inch. Actually, she's going to pull Gamma up, yeah, because he didn't move this turn with his binoculars. And move forward. Can see in there. He could see that marker potentially. And then it's Agent Duchovny's turn. He's tough, man. He's going to take one for the team. He's going to take a beating like he always does. He's going to move up 1. He's not quite within 6 of what we know is an urchin. And he's going to go again and just creep up on it. And get no, go all the way. Why not? So then it becomes revealed. And we know that it is number 2. So this fella comes within 1 inch and immediately reveals himself. Make a free attack action. So now it's a range attack action. This is a minion, so it always has a difficulty of 4. At the very least. So my difficulty die is going to be right here. He's normally skill 2, but it's a shoot action, so +1, so 3 dice. Let's see if we can blast this guy. So this becomes a 4, because it's a minimum of 4. The 1 will miss anyway, but the 7 and the 10 will both hit. She gets slightly higher, because the minimum difficulty for a range attack is always 5. But the 7 and 10 still hit anyway. He's only got 3 wounds, but blam blam, 2 get applied, and he's almost dead. 1 more and he's toast. I've now been ambushed. That will immediately end my activation. It goes to the hero's turn, or the villain's turn, starting with the threat level. So threat level, hey look, the difficulty dice is a 9, but it doesn't matter because it always goes up by 1. 0 successes make it a 1, so it goes from 0 to 1. And we immediately apply the 0 level, which is to take it up to 1. So as there's only 1 villainous model on the table, he's going to choose his current victim. So close target model in line of sight. Hey, and they can reach in this action, so it's going to be him. Then he's going to do his first action, because he's an aggressor, move it 3 inches towards priority target. He did! If this model can draw line of sight to any heroic models, move it towards priority target, so he did it again. And then if this model can draw line of sight to a heroic model and this model is within range to attack, it must attack its priority target. Evil urchins have a skill of 3, making them crazy dangerous, and attacking my heroic model. They roll a 5 and then 3 10s for successes, so doing 3 hits. Now, Agent Duchovny ignores the first one, but will suffer 2 wounds after that. Since David, you're going to spend most of the episode unconscious while Agent Anderson fixes everything. Back to the agent's turn now. Start of the round, we advance the turn marker to turn 2. We want to activate. So, I think Agent Duchovny is just going to go first and try and pace this thing, because we do have to try and get off the table at some point. So we're going to start with that. We'll have Agent Duchovny just blast this guy up close. Difficulty of minimum of 4. It's a melee attack, not a shooting attack, so it's going to be 2 dice. Difficulty 2 goes to 4 because it's the minion, but the 7 will hit, 1 success. Last wound's down, and blam, caps in the face. The next skill, I think we just move forward and we get covered. We're going to go to the back here. Or we could go over to Agent Anderson and get patched up. We're going to do that. We're going to walk over to Agent Anderson, because then we get patched up next turn. We get out the old binoculars over here and take a look at, just peek at this little guy. What do we got? Number 1. Oh god, it's the monster! This is good! Alright, well, I guess we patch up Agent Duchovny if we can. Cost me 2, range 1, +1 skill, heal 2 wounds per success. Skill 3 goes to 4 because she's got the bonus for using the skill here. 2 wounds per success, difficulty becomes 3. I think it's minimum something else though. Nope, just goes off. So she patched up a ton of wounds and basically says, okay, what are you doing here? And oh god, it's gonna be bad. Do we set up for more shooting? I think we do. We're gonna move over to here. Oh no, he gets second action though. What does he want to do? He doesn't want to come within 6 of anybody, so he's just gonna move over to behind this lamppost, I think. No, he's gonna go over here. We'll go 4 over this way. Start clearing out other stuff. The ghoul's over there. And then oh, Agent Anderson needed to do one more thing too. She had one more action left. She can do 3. She's gonna walk over this. No, she's gonna. She's gonna back up. Just gonna back up behind here. We're gonna move, and go 1 and 2 over to here. He's already done his moves, and then I guess we just go in, open the door, kick the door in. Because we can't do this without fighting this guy, apparently. We'll just walk in, go into cover. And this sucker gets revealed to be the monster. Alright, and it arrives, but I get to blast it over here with Alpha. Sure, unfortunately it's in cover, so I'm at disadvantage, and it's minimum difficulty of 6. But I got 3 days to try and do this with, so discard the lowest, so it's gonna become a 7, and I miss completely. Rolling the threat level now, it's a success, so it's gonna go up to 2. Which means we resolve a horror check on everybody. The crawling chaos. So we start with this little guy right here. And it's going to be a pass. Sorry, his skill is 2 actually. It's still a pass. Double pass for Agent Duchovny. He fails and fails. So he's going to run 6 inches away. Peace out. That thing's crazy. Ah! Anderson with her 3. She'll pass. Oh no, she beefs it. It's a super scary. She runs this way. Ah! Alpha. He's okay with 1 success. And then over here, and he's also okay. Agents basically abandon the rest of the SWAT team to this monster. Once that's done, all heroic we go to Threatening Overture and we advance the threat level again. So we're actually at 3 now. Alright, so now the butcher's gonna go. He moves towards the closest heroic thing he can see and attacks. He's skilled bananas. Skill of 6. 9s and 10s count as 2 hits instead of 1. So skill 6. Ooh, this will be good. And what do we got? So he gets a 6 as his base roll and gets 1, 2, just 2 successes. The worst, not the best. Oh, new turn. So we're gonna go to round 3 and decide what the heck we're gonna do. Agent Duchovny, come on, get back in the war, buddy. You're gonna move up 4 and you try and blast this guy. Get him. He's in cover, so it's disadvantage, and it's 2 skill dice +1 because it's a range attack. Difficulty becomes 10 and beefs it. David. I guess we go with. Do you just need to shotgun this guy up close? I think you do. You got 4 dice. Difficulty 6, but he's got a shotgun, so it could be super good. He's the brute. Get him, Gamma. Ugh, beefs it 2. He does it again. Second action. Come on. So 6 is the base. Does 1 damage. Boss has 11 left. Do you move in? I think you do. You're gonna go 4. You're gonna try and do the good murdering, the murdering of the objective. So you're gonna run in here and then do a range attack. He's not touching the cover that is obscuring him right now, so it'll be 3 dice. 6 is the base difficulty, so it's 1 more damage, takes it down to 10. And I think we head over here. Agent Anderson, what do you want to do? You need to get in the war. We also have to get off the board at some point. This is bad. Do we just try and escape? Maybe we can just escape with everybody alive. Maybe we have to get it to come into the building. I think we have to get it to come into the building. Let's do that. So we're gonna go move to here. We're gonna call for an action to get him to come out 4 inches. So Alpha's gonna come back out, come out to there. And then we're gonna call again. Oh, but he has to make a move action. He can't break off. I think we just move again. Try and get it to come out. And then we're going to back up 4. Yeah, we're going to back up 4 and then move over. Yeah, go 4 around actually. Get into some cover. over to here. Bonus turn. So skill is now 3 on the threat check. And only 1 success though, so it's going to go up to 4. We apply all the results. So from the shadows, place a new mini model within 1 inch of a heroic model with the fewest number of heroic models within 3 inches of it, and randomize. That would be you, or you. I think it's going to be this guy. So 1 to 5, it's a rat swarm. Higher, it's a big guy. It's a minion. Front of the counter. It goes up to 5. And then we play Crawling Chaos, so everybody makes a courage check again. So for him, he passes. For Duchovny, he fails and runs 6 inches again. Ah, what is happening? For this, for Alpha, he passes with a 9, barely. And then for Agent Anderson, 6, she passes as well. Finally for him, he passes too. All right, well, attacks can have advantage here for these guys because they are outnumbering. I don't think the bad guys get support or outnumbered. Doesn't seem that they do because it always refers to either villainous or hero models. And they are slightly tougher than I am anyway. So look at the ghoul first. He's engaged. He can't move close to me, so he's just going to be attacking with his 3 skill dice. And gets 3 damage. Bam, 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 against my brute. So it goes to 5. I forgot to mention, Threatening Overture still goes off too, so we actually go to threat level 6. We're almost at the top right now. And so you have 5 damage. I think I have 1 left. It's not looking good for Gamma. He's got 3 left. Okay, well, that might be about to change because the demon's going to attack him. And 9 for difficulty is pretty good for me. He only gets 1 success, 2 successes, and I'm somehow alive with 7. Well, okay, we've managed to live. Turn 4. Time to start getting the hell out of here. Well, let's start with you. You're going to get it at dodge. So you're going to make a skill test, basically, and you have to get 2 successes here because there's 2 guys engaging you. And you managed to. So you're going to break off 4 with your first AP. Get the hell out of here. And then you're going to go 4 again and go hang out with Agent Anderson. Never mind, he's dead. Because of the massive cleaver. Those 9s were 2 damage each instead of 1. Yeah, he's just dead. He got gruesomely murdered. And that means that you 2 have to make courage checks at disadvantage. So 2 dice pick the worst. So for Alpha, he passes. And then for Agent Anderson, she has an 8 but gets 10. Well, we've lost somebody. Yeah, you got eaten with a giant cleaver. Yeah, start turn 4. It's gonna come after us no matter what we do. I think we just try and lure it away and then escape. So we're gonna have Agent Duchovny go. He's gonna just get back in the war again. And then move up 4. Staying away from that threat marker. Yeah, so you can snap fire if you're lucky. So you're just gonna move up 4, hug the wall, and then 4 again, and just kind of watch our rear. You're gonna hang out here because you might be able to go destroy that idol if we lure these guys out. Actually, you're gonna go back to there. Anderson's gonna go. She's gonna walk up 4. She's gonna call Agent Duchovny. He's gonna walk up 4, and then she's gonna call him again to head to there. Well, we've run to the building. Oh god, I hope this works. All right, so it's gonna be come out 3 for this guy during the threat phase. So let's see what we got for our threat level. So starting the turn. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I came within 6 of this one. It's number 8. First, I think it was Alpha, because Alpha walked back there first. Yes, it's only going to apply to Alpha, whatever the number 8 threat is. I think it's the big 7 dice attack. Disaster strikes. Yep, it's disastrous. Skill 7, and if it does 1 or more wounds, it's knocked down. So skill 7. Oh, good God. He's going to be KD'd, which means one of, I guess that last one, we'll have to put Agent Anderson. She won't call him again. She'll just help him up probably when this is done. So, skill 7. 3, so that'll miss. And he'll take 6 wounds. Wham! But this one's gone at least. Yeah. So he stuffs on a landmine or some like demonic like gout of fire. You know what happens? They probably get mad and like punch through the wall. And he just gets covered in brick dust. All right, so then start of the round for the bad guys. We've got to make our threat check. It's 6 dice now, sorry. Because of course it is. So that fails. Only 3 successes, so it goes to 7+, it goes to 9. So it doesn't matter what they are now, because it's just always going to be at max threat. Strong, reveal the 2 threat markers furthest from any heroic model. For each, select the 2 villainous models further from any heroic model. For each model, if it's an aggressor, place within 1 inch of the priority target. If they're a pack hunter, place 1 inch of the priority target with a villainous model within 1. And then plus on threat. Furthest would probably be this one, which is going to be a ghoul. And then this one over here, which is going to be number 5, which is a rat. So ghoul arrives. Their priority target, in this case, would be the thing they can see. So it's going to be him. So he just comes peeling over here. And then for the number 5, it's going to be a rat swarm. He doesn't have a priority target, hack model. And that means that he's placed within 1 inch of the priority target with a villainous model within 1 inch. So that's going to be over here. It's peeling over, and the trap is sprung. We left you behind. Apparently we left you to die. This did not go well. And then we go to the News Titans. Move each unrevealed threat marker with ranges towards the heroic model nearest to it and resolving ambushes. So this one goes. Blam, it's number 4, which is the other rat swarm. It's placed next to Agent Duchovny within 1 inch. And then each unrevealed threat marker 3 inches. This one's going to come up 3. It'll also get revealed. Number 7, this one over here is going to be number 6. Number 6 is 1,000 cuts. A skill 3 attack goes into our poor boy Alpha there, who's just super jacked up. And does it hit him? 6, 1 success. He's somehow alive. He's got 1 wound left. I said pass a skill check or get knocked down because of the unsteady underfoot. And if anyone comes within 6 of that, they also might get knocked down because the earthquake just starts. Skill 2, don't get knocked down. 7, he gets 1 success, he's okay. All right, so now we start activating. Ooh, okay, well, you're gonna attack. You're pretty dangerous. So 3 dice attacking into Beta. 7, the 2 successes, he's gonna take 2 damage. And the rat swarm's actually super dangerous, they have 4 skill. But only hits twice, 4 damage. Then these guys are gonna move 3 and have line of sight, so move 3 again, come peeling out towards Alpha. Now he will get seen, which means he'll get shot at, but he'll be in cover. So disadvantage. Becomes an 8, so only 1 hit, 1 damage, and then it'll be much the same over here. He's going to come up 1, and then 1 again, or 6. And come out of the building. All right, well, not good for us. Turn 5. The team is getting pretty beat up here. You're in trouble. We're not going to start with you. We're going to start with Agent Anderson. She's going to try and fix up poor Alpha, who is jacked up right now. Difficulty 8, though, she does nothing, and that cost her 2 successes. Or that cost her 2 actions. Even do it again. Oh my god. Oh, that's bad. What do we do? I think we call him away so he doesn't just die. So our last action, we're just going to call him to move 4. So he doesn't get blasted by that thing again, so he won't end within 6. And we'll have him stay outside of 1. Maybe between 2 you guys can kill somebody. So he's got 1 damage on him right now. Let's see if we can kill him. He takes 2 more, he dies. So we'll have Alpha shoot him. And get 3 successes, even with disadvantage, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's a 2. Because he was in cover, so he just blasted. And then do we have him shoot the rat swarm? It has 4 wounds. Might as well try. Couple extra dice. 6 for the base, but that's 2 hits. It'd be 2 wounds. Alright, Agent Duchovny, can you finish it off? Maybe. So you're meleeing, so you're only going to get 2 dice. You get no successes, and you'll try again. And you get 2 successes. Sweet. It's minimum of 4, yeah, because it's a minion. That'll kill it. That's 4 wounds. Well, you need to break off. Mostly because I need you to be bait. I'm really sorry. You get 2 successes and do. So you're going to move 4 over this way. I guess our back. Yeah, you need to be close to the model. I guess you blast the demon. 2 wounds. It's got 10 left. Can I kill it? I don't think so, but I'm going to try. Disadvantage because it's in cover behind that lamppost. 7 base, but 2 9s will do 2 damage. Take it down to 8. That's done. Oh my god. Alright, well, threat level is maxed out. So it doesn't even matter what happens now. So trap is sprung. All the threat markers have been revealed. Select 2 villainous models further from any heroic model. For each selected model, if it's an aggressor, place it within 1 inch of the priority target. If they're pack hunter, place it within 1 inch of the priority target with a threat villainous model within 1. Furthest away are most likely these 2. And they just come peeling over and get placed in melee again. Now, also at the start of the villainous turn, the rats are from the sewers. If one's on the table, more start to arrive. I select a random model that's not within 3 of the enemy, so we'll D3 it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and place a rat swarm there. So 5/6. Oh, poor Alpha. Rats appear and attack Ralpha, or Alpha rather, Ralpha. And so now we activate. Well, the rat swarm's going to attack little Beta over here and get only 1 hit. Oh my god, he's alive. And then the Urchin gets 2 hits and takes him to 5, 6, 7. Boy goes, he's priority target, so he's going to move up 3, and he's going to roll 6 dice and probably mincemeat this guy. Oh, you poor bastard. So difficulty 6, he's going to get miss. 2 hits, he's at 6, he's dead. So it's a horror check for everybody with an 8 at disadvantage. So everybody except for Agent Duchovny, or sorry, for Agent Anderson, at disadvantage makes a horror check. So for Agent Duchovny, it's a 3, he succeeds. For Alpha, an 8, he fails, he's going to run 6. But he can't disengage. And that's really it. So, got pasted. Not great. At this point, we need to get the hell out of here. So, let's get attacked by this, and hopefully Alpha doesn't die. So, 4 dice going into Alpha from that rat swarm. Oh, difficulty 10, he beefs it. We lived somehow. And that's it. That's round. So, round 6. We need to get the hell out of Dodge. That thing's going to blast us if we move within 6 of it for 3 dice. And that will literally kill almost all of my guys. So, Agent Anderson, you're going to go first. You're going to walk over here. Oh, I can't do an engaged model, though, can I? Alpha's got to go first. Yeah, Alpha's got to go first. And he's going to try and blast this rat. No, Agent Duchovny's going to go first and blast the rat. He's not within 1, so you get 3 dice. 7, the 10 will do 1 wound. And he'll try again. 4, he'll do 3 wounds, so it's down to 1. And then Alpha's going to go. He's going to blast it 2. For 2 dice. He just needs 1 hit here to kill it. He gets 2 and kills it. Second action. Oh, God. We need to, we need to go through this door, I'm pretty sure. Go 4. Head over to here. All right. You're in bad shape. Anderson, you're going to move within 1 of Alpha. You're going to try and patch him up. Oh, don't screw it up again. He's so hurt. We need him alive. So it'll be 4 dice because she gets +1 skill. And it's a 7, so she only heals 2 wounds with an 11 dead. And that was her 3 actions. All right, well, threat check. The 2 furthest get placed next to their priority targets. And start of the turn, a random hero not within 3 gets a rat swarm. 1, 2, we'll take Alpha. Gets a rat swarm. The 2 furthest with these guys, they're just going to run forward and get within an inch. Starting with this rat swarm, does it kill Alpha? 4 dice skill. Sorry, no, we have to do all of our... oh, no, that was resolving effects. All the threats, so it doesn't matter. Everyone has to make a horror check, though. So that's going to be... this guy. He's okay. For Agent Anderson. She's okay. And then for Agent Duchovny, he's okay. And then rat swarm attacks. Gets 3 successes. He's got 5 left. He's dead. Alpha's down. That's a horror check for everybody again. For Agent Duchovny, or sorry, for Agent Anderson, she fails and runs, but she can't run because she's engaged. And for Agent Duchovny, he fails too and runs, but they're engaged. Rat swarm attacks Agent Anderson, and we get 1, 2, 3 hits on her, so she takes 3 wounds. The Ghoulie is going to attack into Agent Duchovny and get 3 successes for 3 wounds. The demon goes and says, we're going 3. And then we're going 3 again, but we won't go within an inch. Wahahaha. All right, Agent Duchovny. Oh my God, you guys need to get the hell out of here. It's turn 7, and all of your SWAT team member red shirts are dead, as is tradition in every episode of the X-Files. It's just the 2 of you. Ugh. Well, I think we're gonna run. So Agent Duchovny needs 1 success to get away. He gets a 9 and a 4, so he's gonna make it. He's gonna move 4 inches away. He's gonna attack with 3 dice from this lava thing and make a skill check or fall down. So the lava thing, 3 dice skill check. He gets blasted 3 times. Oh my God. Goes to 6 wounds. He passes skill check or get knocked down. He passes, he's okay. He had 1 more die actually. He's fine. Second action, he'll do it again, but he's gonna come around the corner. So he's gonna go 3 and 3 to there and try and get the hell away from these things. So I think he's just gonna get attacked now, but he'll be in cover. Advantage for the range attack, 6, 3, he's dead. Oh, the company's down. All right, Agent Anderson, this is it. You need to get away. You get 2 successes, which is enough. So you're gonna go 4, but you're gonna go around here and be like, peace out. You're gonna move 4, and you're gonna move 4 again, and say, later, skater. All right, first of all, she gets to fight a rat, because there's, oh no, sorry, all the rats are on the table. Never mind, they can't spawn now. But the 2 furthest away monsters, which is the villain, and I guess this guy, no, this rat swarm, will teleport over to fight. All these guys first, they're just gonna do their aggressor matrix, try to move as close as they can, so 3 and then 3 again. And then attack with the rat swarm. 4 dice. Oh, Agent Anderson, it's not looking good. Nope, beefs with a 10. And then 6 dice on the demon, the demonic butcher. Oh, but it's a 9. But 2 successes at 10s make it a 4 hit total because of the big butcher knife. So he's gonna go to 7 wounds. She's not feeling great. 8, peace out. We are going to boogie. So that means we'll have 3 dice skill to break off. We're gonna get 2 successes here. Yep, we get 3. And she leaves to go warn the FBI or the BPRD or somebody that's all gone terribly wrong. Starbug, you did great. You got off the table. You're badly wounded though, and you're gonna try and I guess come back with help. So the demonic infestation of downtown continues. On the Air National Guard or something like that to fight this demon. So anyway, that's going to be a grand total of 2 victory points. So what does BP Skinner think about that? 2, that's a failure. Let us never speak of it again. If I'd gotten 1 more, basically if Agent of the Company had gotten off, I would have gone to 4. I would have gotten a D for my rank. It was a near thing, not the party's proudest episode. So there we go, into the game, I don't know, the Mothman, whatever that thing was. You can just imagine like the 11th hour, Agent Anderson like gets away and then like the helicopter lights come on and whatever the monsters are just kind of like dissipate in the shadows and BP Skinner shows up and yells at everybody and they find like, I don't know, they find a company in like a dumpster or something and patch them back up. And no one believes the story that there was some kind of elder thing and Krychek shows up and takes the book away. I'm making so many X-Files references right now, it's funny. Or the smoking man, the cancer man shows up and takes it away. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I was super excited just about the tropes in this game. I'll film a few more episodes, talk to you in the comments below what you think your favorites will be, and I'll grab some more models and just kind of decide what I want to do. But I'm thinking, I don't know, Sasquatch, like there's so many possibilities, so many things I could do. I think it'd be super fun. Ghost, Sasquatch, there's a million different ideas. So anyway, we'll see you for more Perilous Tales in the future. Big thanks for watching. Check it out in the link below by clicking over to Planet Smasher Games. You can check it out and give Mike some feedback. I'm sure he'd love it. So we'll see you for more of these next week and the week after. Until then, I'm Ash. Happy working. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Desperate Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.